Hi, so today I'm making some waterproof washable pads for under the baby when she's being changed. I'm using a flannel material. I've got a waterproof material or PUL material, and then I'm also using some diaper fabric. And I'm pinning them together with the flannel fabric and the waterproof material faced pretty side to pretty side, and the diaper fabric on top of that, so that when I sew it, I can turn it inside out and have the pretty fabrics visible and the waterproofing material in the correct position. So I'm just pinning these together now, pinning this one together now, and I'm using Wonder Clips, but you can use pins. I wouldn't recommend it because the pins perforating the waterproof PUL material will leave holes in it, and that is where it will leak. So I finally got these going. I'm making 2 today for the baby and for Sky. And again, this is just flannel fabric face to face with a PUL material. I ordered mine online at fabric.com. And again, diaper material, which I've gotten from Walmart in their fabric department. And here I start the sewing process. So I'm going to sew all the way around, making sure to leave an opening where I can turn this out so that the nice pretty fabric can come back out to the outside. And I'm just going to do this on both of them. And I just picked a place to start. It doesn't really have to be anywhere in particular, just somewhere in the center of one of the sides, or roughly the center, so that you can leave an opening on one side and not have to deal with fighting the corners when you turn yours right side out. Don't forget to backstitch. My machine's trying to eat the material, so I had to re-thread it. Okay, so second time's the charm. I did have to go ahead and re-thread my entire machine, so I apologize for that. It was being a little stubborn, and now I'm working down my second side. When I got to the corner, I just left my needle down and pivoted. That way I could keep my position and not have to worry about it not lining up when I finish. And again, just make sure you leave an opening so that you can turn this right sides back out. And I'm just making sure everything's staying aligned as I'm sewing. And actually, this looks like this is the last side. Nope, I was wrong. I apparently just forgot to leave the needle down. And that can happen. And I just, again, did a back stitch again to make sure it doesn't come unthreaded. That would really stink. And as I go, I'm just removing my clips. And trying to make sure all the edges line up as I'm going. Again, leave that needle down at the corner and pivot. Again, just leaving that needle down in the corner. I'm pivoting again. Final corner, hopefully, and pivot. And back stitch again, and make sure you clip your threads. I did go in and trim the corners and clip them so that they would lay as flat as possible. After turning it out, I'm going to go ahead and top stitch all the way around again, making sure I catch the opening that I used to turn while I'm doing that. And again, just making sure to back stitch before, or at the beginning and at the end. You don't need to leave any gap on this one. I did not iron mine. I didn't know how well the PUL would handle a hot iron, so I didn't iron mine before I turned it and re-sewed the top stitching. And mine turned out fine. Again, based on your fabrics, you can choose to do that any way that you like. And again, you're just going to stitch all the way around all four sides as close to the edge as you can, or if you want to be farther out from the end, you can do that as well. But wherever that stitching is, that's going to be a spot of weakness for the waterproof material. That could be a spot that leaks. So I tried to get it as close to the edge as I could. I did try to straighten it as I was going and just make sure that my seam was as flat as I could so that the PUL material stayed on the back side and didn't come over to the side, to the front side. And here's the finished product. Here is the flannel side, and this is the waterproof material on the back. And it is washable and reusable.